Hello there, my name is Kim Bacchus and welcome to Know Your Rights, Know Your Worth. And just for your information, my videos are purely for information purposes and not legal advice, as I'm not a lawyer, but someone who's really passionate about people knowing their rights, which can hopefully lead to your ultimate freedom from any form of abuse. Now today I'm going to talk to you about injunctions. Now what is an injunction? Well, an injunction is a court order that requires someone you are associated with to do or not to do something. Now, if you or someone you live with is suffering from abuse, you can gain some legal protection from your abuser by applying for an injunction, which could be a non-molestation order or an occupation order. Okay, let me break this down for you. So a non-molestation order is an order which can protect you and your children from violence or harassment. For example, a non-molestation order might stipulate that your abuser must not be violent or threaten violence, be intimidating or pester or harass you. And it may order your abuser not to contact you by telephone, email, social media or in person. Or your abuser must not attend or contact you for any reason at your place of work. So now, what is an occupation order? Well, an occupation order can order an abuser to move out of the home or to keep a certain distance from the home. And it gets better. If the court believes you are likely to be at high risk or harm, an injunction may also carry a power of arrest. In this case, your solicitor will make sure the police have a copy of the order so they can take action if the injunction is breached. Now, I know you're thinking, what happens if the abuser breaches the order? Well, if your abuser breaches both of these orders, they will be committing a criminal offence, and you can get the police involved. Now, a breach of these orders can mean the offending person could possibly risk being arrested. Now, you can make an application for an injunction either to the family proceeding courts or to the county courts, usually through your solicitors. So please always get advice applying for an injunction from either a domestic abuse charity such as Refuge, Women's Aid, or the Men's Advice Line, or a solicitor or citizen's advice. You may be able to get free legal advice if you are in receipt of certain benefits or on a low income, whereby you may be entitled to legal aid. Now, you can make an application for a non-molestation order or an occupational order at the family court or download a form. Now, the form is called an FL401, and that is F for Foxtrot, L for Lima 401. And here is some good news. The Domestic Violence Crime and Victim Act 2004 amended the Family Law Act to include same-sex couples. And this means that people who live together are able to apply for occupation orders and non-molestation orders, regardless of gender or sexual orientations. Now, it typically takes a week or two to get an injunction, but you can apply for an injunction to be granted on the same day if you are at immediate risk or harm. Now, if some of you are thinking that you don't qualify to apply for an injunction, here's what you can do. Now, if none of the information that I spoke about earlier do not apply to you, then you really can't apply for an injunction under the Family Law Act. But, however, if someone continually pesters, harasses you, stalks you, or threatens you after your relationship ends, you may apply for a civil injunction, a restraining order under the Protection from Harassment Act 1997. Now, how long does the injunction last? Well, it may be put in place for a month, 3 months, 6 months, a year. However, in certain cases, there may be a basis to argue that you would like it in place until further order of the court. That means it's a permanent injunction. Now, nobody can ever understand the complexity of domestic abuse and the emotional and psychological pull it has on your self-esteem. You are not someone's doormat. You are authentic and real, and embrace who you really are full-heartedly. Embrace the fact that you will no longer allow outside forces to define who you are. Now, if you think this video will help someone, please share it. My name is Kim Bacchus with Know Your Rights and Know Your Worth.